Hey guys, it's Jillian, and just as I set up the camera, my dog came over here and decided that she wanted to be a part of it this week. So here's Ginger. Basically, we've got a really small haul today, so I'm going to be doing things a little differently. I'm going to show you the few books I got, which I shouldn't have bought at all because of BEA when I got, 70 plus books. Basically, I'm going to show you the few books that I bought because I have zero self-control, and you should please yell at me, chastise me for that. And after that, I'm going to show you my bookshelves, because I asked on Twitter about, what kind of things you want to see in a vlog, and somebody's like, hey, do a bookshelf tour, and I'm like, that would be a great idea if I actually had bookshelves, which I don't, because I'm in an interim apartment right now, and there's really not that much space, so I don't have space for bookshelves. But then I realized that's a great way for me to sort of give tips on how to stay organized when you have a lot of books and very little space. But then I am possibly the least disorganized person in the history of the world. My mother can attest to that. So basically, if I can do it, you can do it. So I'll show you how I organized all my books, and I'm sure Ginger will star in that video as well. Okay, Ginger, I have to show them my books. Sit. Good girl. Good girl, Ginger. Okay, so the first book I got, I had to buy it, basically. Had to buy it, because I got the sequel of BEA. And since I have an arc of the sequel, I need to read the first one before I get to that. So I have Etiquette and Espionage by Gail Carriger, which I'm so excited to read, because it sounds really up my alley. And it's got a magnificently beautiful cover. Look at this, Ginger. Books are friends, not food. Okay? Okay. Secondly, another sequel to a book that I picked up at BEA that I had to buy, The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. I'm really excited to, crack into this series because it looks really intense and dark and everything that I like in a sort of post-apocalyptic dystopian-esque series. So, got this in the mail, Dueled by Elsie Chapman, and it's signed. I won it from J.R. Johansson and Elsie. J.R. Johansson is the author of Insomnia, a book I really liked, so check out my review of it. They're doing a contest on Twitter for Insomnia. So, I did that, and I won! Guilt by Catherine Longshore. It is set during King Henry VIII's reign. A courtier, she's the best friend of Catherine Howard. Now, most of you probably are not total Tudor nerds, like I am. If you're ever hanging out with me and you get me drunk, I can name every king of England in chronological order. Look at the shiny. I couldn't really resist. It was so shiny. Anyway, if you know anything about queens of Henry VIII, Catherine Howard, she had an interesting history. I don't want to spoil what happens to Catherine Howard, but needless to say, it makes an interesting book. Speaking of shiny, look at the precious. Oh my god. Basically, everybody in the blog sphere who's read this book has had nothing but rave reviews for it. So I've been meaning to check it out anyway, but I was planning on buying it on Kindle until I saw... Look at that. I've got the golden ticket. I'm sorry for that, but it's beautiful. Oh, it's The Art of Wishing by Lindsay Rybar? Whatever. Basically, I couldn't not pick up this book because it's about genies. Phenomenal cosmic power. Itty bitty living space. So yeah, genies. Adorable genies falling in love with humans. That's a twist on Aladdin I would have liked to see. Surprise! Genie and Aladdin are gay and they're taking off. See you later, Jasmine. Have fun with your tiger. Firelight by Sophie Jordan. I really hope that lined up because it took me like a minute to get everything straight. But, so it's about dragons. Dragons. They don't do that tongue thing. I'm not gonna do the tongue thing. No, I have some dignity. Don't look at me like that, dog. I'm not gonna do the tongue thing. So basically this book, mostly everybody's read this book, and everybody has very vociferous opinions about it. I'm the kind of person who, when I hear a book that has a lot of opinions about it, I want to make my own opinions. So since it was like $2, I picked it up, I checked it out. So, okay, now that we're done with the book haul, I'm going to show you my shelves, which I've gone through and organized very well, which is kind of a rare thing for me. I don't organize anything. I don't organize my thoughts. I don't organize my possessions. I don't organize anything. So, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so these are my books that I've stacked oh so neatly against the wall in my room here. Those tall stacks are not actually stacks. They are bookshelves, because just stacking them that tall would be really dangerous. But these bookshelves, they are the key to staying organized in a small space. They're vertical bookshelves where they're like little, if you can see, they're like platforms in here that you stack the books on. And this is where I keep all my nonfiction books. So as you can see, there's very small surface area at the bottom. So it's really good if you don't have a lot of floor space and you don't have a lot of wall space, because it doesn't actually take up that much room. Those are the nonfiction books that don't fit on my nonfiction shelf. These are all my classics. Back to the books I have stacked, which I have a very, very clever system now, which is how I will continue to keep them organized. Basically, these are the arcs. So I have summer, September, October, November, and only one December right now. But as the books come in, they'll always have a place to go. Next, I have my to be read books here, sorted, oops, that was my thumb, sorted in priority. So these are the highest priority, then second, third, and lowest that I need to get to, with hardbacks and paperbacks. So once I finish those, they go over here to the books I have already read, which are sorted by author and series all together. And quick shot of Ginger in her bed. Hey Ginger! Say hello to your adoring fans. I guess she's sleepy. So, I hope you enjoyed my bookshelf tour. I hope it was somewhat informative. It's kind of, basically, the way that I keep it organized is I make sure that every stack has a specific purpose. That way I know where things can go. That way, every time I read a book, there's always a place for it. So I don't just stack it to the side somewhere. Everything has a place, because I have designated a place for everything. Hope I've helped you out. That was my bookshelf tour, and see you again soon.